What's up?
What's up?
We did it.
This is No Homo with Jonathan and Tom. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Tom.
What are we doing here, Tom?
This is episode number 15. We're recording on Sunday, September 28th. Recording at a different day, different time of day.
Strange. It's like a matinee. I'm a little bit brain dead, but it's totally worth it. And it's going to be, we got to change it up sometimes, you know? We got to keep things fresh.
Sure. For sure.
Keep things fresh in the Podroom. That doesn't sound as fun as I thought it might when
I want things to be fresh in your pod room, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Is this your pod room that we're in?
It is. Yeah, this is the other room that is everything. This is the guest room. This is the office. This is office slash pod room slash there's like random spots of storage. You may remember this room when we first moved in and we hadn't finished renovating yet. This was like the hostage looking room. It was like, it looked very Silence of the Lambs. Like, because we had like the floor done and I had built a wall. The wall you see behind me is, I put that there. But the other walls were totally unfinished and it's like the basement level. So it's all just like stone and like dingy brick. And it looked, it was pretty creepy because we had put the wall up. It looked like a room, but it looked like a Silence of the Lambs kind of Buffalo Bill dungeon room. Jen would take work Zooms from down here, and people would be like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need help?" But now it's a lovely tiny little office slash guest room slash storage room slash all the other things.
Amazing. This is just my bedroom.
But it's lovely, and the lighting looks great. It's fun to have a different lighting. You look great.
Your mic looks a little girthier today.
What's up with you like that? Well, I started practicing safe potting. I don't know. You gave me my little, not even little, my nice thick mic condom.
It is nice. It's thick. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. But we'll see if it helps the sibilance. What is it? It helps the pops. Is that what it's supposed to help with? Yeah. Okay.
The crackles and the pops.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Here's to better crackles and pops then. Boy, Sunday matinees are a different vibe, huh? Okay.
What's your hands look a little like you've been in the fields today?
Oh, a little bit of work. Do I look? I've been in the mines. Yeah. That's some spray paint. Yeah, the family went away for the weekend. They went to do some kind of a last minute trip, some fall stuff with the grandparents, and that left me here to do some like manly chores. So I built some new window boxes. I have these like flower boxes in the front windows, but the first version of them was like a couple years old, and the wood was like not looking good. It was looking very haunted house, and so I recovered it. But I used a bunch of PVC trim. And painted it black to look like it was better than PVC trim. But I also so my hands are just covered in black spray paint.
Okay. It looks like you're in the course of Billy Elliot a little bit.
Yes.
Like one of the coal mining dads.
So, yeah, no, I like that it doesn't look like I'm a miner. It looks like I'm a member of the ensemble in the musical production about miners.
It's the eyelashes.
Jen always says that Sydney is like she's a fun kid. She's dirty all the time, but Jen always says she looks like stage makeup dirty. She looks like she's an urchin in Oliver or something. She's just like got the smudge.
Bro, you're popping a little. I've noticed some reds in your gain.
We just came. How can that already be? All right,
I don't know, but I was noticing.
Let me come down just a touch, and I'll just try to be a little quieter. I'm just trying to see them. I can't do it on the fly.
Okay, I was trying to see the manly hands again.
Do I need to play with some things?
Yes. Yes, please. So what's up with you? What did you do this weekend?
Well, I spent a lot of time at Home Depot, which was fun. That makes for a good manly weekend.
Weekends in a row.
I know. Got these projects. And so Jen and the kids left, and I was telling her the projects I had going on, and it was the sweetest, most like... It's like how I feel like I know that I'm in a good partnership that is an honest partnership, and like she knows me. She was like, those projects sound great. Let's like keep it to those, and let's like not start any others because often, and she's totally right. And she said it in a kind way, and it was the right thing to do. She was reminding me that I'll get excited about the chance to do work, and I'll start multiple projects, and then the ADHD brain just takes over, and they'll come home and they'll all just be like power tools in the house because I just like haven't finished whatever I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. So there's like shit out in the bedroom, and then there's like things taken apart in the playroom, and she was just like, can we just make sure we keep this list like straight
Yeah.
and simple. And she was right. And I kept a short list of projects and still needed multiple trips to Home Depot. So she was right. I got them all done. So yeah, I feel good about it.
You didn't add anything extra.
I did not add anything extra. Well, we had a light go out. We had a bathroom light. I did have to redo some wiring, but that was kind of on the fly. It was an incredibly manly weekend. I'm feeling really good about it.
Woof.
I feel like I look like a ensemble member in any manly musical ever.
There's so many. Well, I saw. Well, first of all, together we saw one battle after another.
Yeah, which we have to talk about. We just came back from that. We had a Sunday matinee of that, straight into a Sunday matinee.
We had a little Sunday matinee date.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots to talk about. We decided.
Yes.
We decided to talk about it at the end of the episode because we want to really talk about it. So it's going to be spoiler alert. So we thought we would do that last and save anybody who didn't want to hear us spoil the movie.
Yeah, either don't get it spoiled or you don't care enough to keep listening. We'll do that last because we intentionally did not say much as we walked out of there. But I will say this, without any spoilers of the movie, it's been a long time since we've done that, and I missed our movie dates, so it was fun to get back to it. It reminded
me of maybe the last time we saw a movie together was Gems.
Uncut Gems?
Uncut Gems, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah.
That used to be like a go-to. We saw Rogue One. No,
I saw that alone.
I didn't see that.
We saw Rogue One. No, Rogue One
or Last Jedi.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those.
Definitely Avengers Endgame we saw together. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since before the kids.
Yeah. That's not true. We got high and watched one of the Star Wars once I had kids, after I had kids.
Okay.
But I think there's only one. Certainly pre-pandemic.
Yeah, okay. All right, since pre-pandemic.
It was nice to get back to it.
Yeah.
You picked great seats. Thank you for being in charge of that part.
I tried. I got us the space in front of us. It was good. It was good. I also saw, I'm so excited to tell you about this.
Yeah.
I saw Masquerade on Friday night. So Masquerade is the new immersive version of the musical Phantom of the Opera that is playing in New York City.
So it's like the same story. Tell me all about it, because I wasn't sure if it was a prequel, sequel, or if it's the same story done differently.
It's the same story done differently for sure. I heard we met one of the ensemble members. Naquan came with me, and I brought my friend Edward, and he knew one of the ensemble members. We were talking to him after, and I think it opens like today. I think today's the opening day. Okay, so by the time this comes out, I think like reviews will be out.
All right.
But it was one of the most magical New York experiences I have had in a long time.
Wow. Okay.
The tickets were not cheap. I paid $250 each for the tickets.
Wow.
And I felt at the end of it like I had not paid enough for what I had just experienced. Like, no joke. It's the first time in my life I've ever had that feeling. It's the story of Phantom of the Opera, but it's an immersive experience. It takes place in the old Lee's art shop. Do you know where that was?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Did you ever go inside it?
No.
So it was like West 57th Street between 7th and Broadway, south side of the street. It was a 4th-floor art shop that I think was around since like the 50s. It's like a long, long time. Okay. And if I'm remembering correctly, it did not survive the pandemic. But it was a pretty impressive store that was like steeped in New York history. Just 4 floors of art supplies. Like if you were an artist, if you needed anything, it was there. And it was a pretty impressive, fun place to go. It was sad. It was a loss to the city, but man, this makes up for it. So they made it. It still has the Lee's Art Shop sign out front.
Nice.
And it looks like it's boarded up and empty. But if you show up on a show night, like a half hour before, you will see a line of people waiting to get in. We were told explicitly to come in black tie attire or cocktail attire, but they wanted black tie, black, silver, and white only, and to wear a mask or you'll be provided with one.
Oh, wow.
So everybody had a mask. They do 6 showings every night. And so, it's like Sleep No More, but it's the story of Phantom of the Opera. But you saw Sleep No More.
Yep.
I did too. To be honest, I've never said this out loud publicly, but I didn't. Thumbs down for me. I didn't love Sleep No More.
Okay.
It was impressive in its way, but I was bored in about a half hour.
Okay.
I think for me, what makes this work is you see the full story. You're sure to see the whole story. Sleep No More, you could
catch what you catch.
Yeah. But it was this. It's the same idea in the sense that it's multiple floors, and you're traveling up and down. You're guided through. There's 6 showings. They overlap. So one showing starts, and then I don't know how long passes, a half hour, 15 minutes, and they start the next one.
Okay.
The cast
because you're going in an order, they're moving along. So
how they figured out the geometry of that, I have no idea.
Wow. Okay.
Because the cast is doing all the shows.
Wow.
Except for the Phantom and Christine. They only do one show a night each because it's such a hard sing. But I was told by the guy that's in the show that the Christines play Meg, the little ballet girl who's Christine's little friend. They play Meg in other showings.
What?
So, and sometimes like in the middle of playing Christine, they run and change costumes and go do a Meg. Bro,
that's crazy. And like any character is like doing one scene up here and then having to start the show down here and then like jump around to be later in the show up here. Like
it's
what?
Bananas. So do you know Phantom and Well? Like
not well. I mean, yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, it's a haunted place, right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Phantom is it almost takes place, almost the entire thing, like 98% of it takes place in one venue, the Paris Opera House, which is why this works the way it does. You go to the roof at one point, like you're literally on the roof of the building, and there's the skyscrapers, which that part is amazing because you're like, I'm seeing a show outside, and like there's people's apartments right there, but it is like kind of the one time you are brought out of it a little bit because it's also like here's modern world, but it's still special in a way to experience that.
Is there like full production on the roof? Like, is there sound and lights and like is all this shit, or is it like spoilers talk about what happens up there?
It's I mean, it's not too much of a spoiler because in the original production at the end of Act 1, Raoul and Christine sing All I Ask of You on the roof of the Paris Opera House. So that's what happens up there. They've retooled the story. It's like a lot of it is in a different order, not all of it, but the chunks are, there's some stuff that's been cut. There's some new stuff that's been added. It's 2 hours, no intermission, but man, I like can't stop thinking about it.
Wow.
If you have a special event coming up, a birthday and anniversary, like this is the thing to do to bring someone to show them that you care about them.
Wow, cool.
If you live in New York and you know that thing of like people are like, what should I see when I come to New York? And you're like exhausted of answering that question. This is something, this is something new to say other than like Hamilton, The Lion King, you know what I mean? It's like, and like what they did to this building, it's like, you can I spoil a little bit? I'm going to spoil a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
The first time you go into the basement, you're actually riding the escalator from the old Lee's art shop into the basement.
Okay.
And so you're coming down as he takes Christine into the basement of the opera house onto the boat. And they're singing bum 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 in sleep he sang, you know, all that. You're coming down the escalator as that's happening. There's fog.
Wow.
Bro, it's so good.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you like, because then Sleep No More, if you wanted to, there were times you had to like truck, you had to haul if you wanted to get to the next thing. Is there that kind of movement to this, or is it like herd along?
There is. Like, you're herded. And there's times when there's a couple times where like to me the energy of it dips a little bit because you're like herding. The herding gets a little trafficky.
Sure.
So they do things to try and make that better. It's more successful at other times than not. Also, they're still like in previews and whatever. I have no complaints. It's one of the most magical things. Right. I don't mean to be picking nits. It's tremendous, and I hope it looks like they spent a lot of money on it. The chandelier is like, oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
And I hope it runs as long as the original Phantom did, if not longer. Like they deserve all the kudos. Diane Paulus who directed the Hair Revival. She's a genius.
Yeah, she is.
It's pretty
cool. All right.
Pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, good. I haven't heard. I don't know. I haven't gotten the chance to be excited about a musical in a long time. Like, I like that idea. I like we'll try to do that.
They've been like low key about it too. Like you haven't heard that much about it yet. So
no, I wasn't really sure how to. I was like really reserving my opinions because I wasn't sure how to feel about it. And again, I wasn't even sure if it was a retelling, a sequel, a prequel. I just knew it was like a new Phantom, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like reboots.
I think they're being mysterious on purpose, which is exciting.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah,
like, I think it's like 60 people per group. So it's only like 360 people a night that can see it.
Wow.
So it's going to be a hot ticket. And I also like kudos to Andrew Lloyd Webber for letting people reinterpret his stuff. You know, the Cats Ballroom revival and like, it's just the Jesus Christ Superstar with Cynthia Erivo. It's like, that's the way to keep stuff fresh. And
he's a rock star, man. I mean, like, you know, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like that, when I worked with Tim Rice, I thought, like, all right, you're like I started to say grandfatherly age. He also fathered a child at that time, so he was of a fatherly age, but like also like a cool dude. Like these guys did cool things when they were in the prime making these musicals, and they stayed cool. I like that. I like that part. They didn't like, you know, they didn't check out and just like whatever. They're still like cool guys in it, letting things happen and being kind of rock and roll about it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I have to balance out though. No, go ahead. What you got?
Well, I was gonna bring up, and you mentioned it earlier, and I'm glad you did. Our buddy Matt Ladner, a friend of both of ours, our friend that did the graphics and the music for this very podcast.
Yeah,
he's also a DJ. His DJ name is Marceau, and he just announced an exciting little contest.
Yeah.
So Matt put 2 hours of music on 50 iPods that he bought off eBay, and he's going to hide them over the course of the next 2 weeks in New York, San Francisco, and Philly. And he's going to post clues on his Instagram about where they are. So if you want to follow along and play a little game looking for music, his Instagram is at Marceau Music. It's MarCeaux music. So Marceau like French music. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, nailed it. And it's all unreleased music, right? It's all new tracks from him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I assume they're all his. I don't know, but I think he said it was.
They're all his. I'm not sure if they're all unreleased or, but they're all his.
Yeah, that's exciting. It'll be fun. I want to find one.
I wanted to tell you about this new thing I've been doing. So I follow this guy on Instagram. His name is Jules Horn. His company is Mindful Movement. I follow a bunch of these like new agey health people online. There's probably some Maha crossover that I don't really want to know about, but
just don't dig too deep.
Don't dig too deep.
Take what you want and leave the rest.
Yeah. So he posted this like 5-minute thing on Instagram, which was like a 5-minute fascia warm up, and I did it once, and it was like, I felt really good the whole day. And then he posted an 18-minute version and a 15-minute version. So I've been doing the 15-minute version every morning, like pretty early, right after I get up and like do a couple of first things and before I go to work. And it basically loosens up your fascia. Yeah. And fascia is like, you know, the connecting tissue between the muscles. It's like,
is it like deep long holds? Is it as opposed to
no? It's like it's a movement thing.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
It starts with like 150 hops, and then 150 like twist hops.
Oh wow.
And then like dead arms and arm swings, and it's like it's crazy. I'm like noticing a difference in what my body looks like too, just from this like 18-minute thing every morning. So I just want to do a shout out to that. Yeah,
share that with me, and then on this page too, because I will. I'm feeling old, man. I like creaky. My shoulder when I was showing off my cupping from a couple weeks ago, is like still a problem. And
oh shit!
I went to this orthopedist, and he was like this hot young, even through his suit, could tell he was like ripped orthopedist.
Whoa.
And like, yeah, I know, he was super hot, and I was like definitely trying to make myself appear as athletic as possible and like talk about how I had a sports injury, and like I assumed something was like maybe not like a tear, but something was like real wrong, because it hurts, and it's hurt for weeks, and it's barely getting better. And he did all the things, and he was just like, "Nah, it's just a little bit of a pulled muscle. Like that happens in your shoulder sometimes." And I was like, "Fuck you, man! Like I'm not prepared to be at the point where something hurts this much for this long, and it's like just a little, you know, it's like, meh, it's just a little pulled muscle, not a big deal."
What was his? He was a what again? A chiropractor?
Orthopedist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or orthopedic, you know, doctor.
I mean, he could be wrong if there's no like MRI, right? He doesn't really know.
They got an MRI, but they also thought like, and this is like, he was like, "Oh, it's not your shoulder." I'd put in that it was my shoulder, but it was a week until I could get the appointment, right? And so it had been my whole shoulder, and then like the pain kind of specifically settled into a different spot closer to my neck. And so they did an MRI, they did not do an MRI. They just did X-rays of my shoulder. And I even said,
that won't show anything.
Yeah, I said that. I was like, "Why are you doing X-rays? Like, you're the expert, but I am telling you it's like a
health
muscle
insurance.
thing."
They have to do an X-ray before you can get approved for an MRI. It's so stupid.
Well, I have an insurance. I haven't even been able to get into a PT, so now it's been over a week of like trying to find a fucking PT that will take our insurance. And like I even had one, and then it was all lined up, and they called me the day of the appointment. They were like, "By the way, we just talked to your insurance, and I think that we're actually out of network. So here's all the extra charges it will be." And I'd be like, "Why? Yeah. Why are you on the website saying you're in network?" And they were straight up like, "Oh, they don't always update that. You know, that was just it." So. Back to the drawing board, like 3 or 4 times trying to find a PT.
Honestly, try this thing because its shoulders is one of the main things it loosens up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I like that. I love my morning stretches. Yeah, I'm impressed that you have that you can add something to your morning routine that is 20 minutes long.
My morning routine is
like,
ridiculous.
Yeah, man. How do you fit in an extra? Do you get up earlier now to do an extra 20 minutes of your morning routine?
I have to cut something if I don't. So yeah.
What got cut?
The thing that's always on the chopping block, and I'm ashamed to admit it, is my first TM of the day. I don't always get the morning one in if I oversleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like 2 glasses of warm lemon. I don't even want to do the whole
no,
thing.
Do it. Just right now, as a teaser for a future episode, right now, just list it. We'll get into all the details later, but right now, just like bullet points, list it.
Pee, brush my teeth.
Don't say it casually like you have to think about it. This is a fucking regimented.
Brush my teeth, meditate, 20-minute transcendental meditation. 2 glasses of warm lemon water. The first has what's the
you doing apple cider vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar in the first one only. I don't know why. And then 2 glasses of water with fiber. So it's 4 glasses of water. Back
to back, like boom, boom.
Yeah. And then I do my navage, of course. I wear a mouthpiece because I have sleep apnea. So I wear a mouthpiece that brings my jaw forward at night so I don't snore. I have to brush that every morning to clean it. And now I do this fascia workout. And then I do some stretches on the bed because I have a herniated disc. So I do some stretches to wake up my back in the morning. So...
And that's it?
That's it.
You're not doing, there's no oil pulling anymore?
No, I cut that. I cut that years ago.
Okay. And it's been a while since I've actually heard the full rundown. Okay.
Yeah. The science on that is not so great.
Yeah,
and
I thought about that like recently. I was like, is this still a thing? I haven't heard about this in years.
I let go of that. Thanks for asking.
That's good. I've always been impressed.
I feel like I'm not going to have any more Tama fans who want to hook up after that.
Why?
Sharing my morning routine.
I think it's hot, man. It's
such
like
losery.
It's like American Psycho. It's like he was super hot and sexy.
Thank you. Do you have a morning routine?
Man, I really, really try to. First of all, no, not at all. Never in my life have I had one that compares to yours. But it is the test of all tests that I deal with these days because Sydney does not sleep in at all anymore. She's usually in our bed at some point between 4 and 5, and then she's awake at 6. So ideally, I get up at 6. I start the coffee. While Jen's getting ready in the bathroom, I'll sit and pour the first cup of coffee and then bring my journal and my headphones down to the office Podroom, and I will journal for 10 minutes. I'll do the calm guided meditation or something. I try to do fit on. I try to do a stretch sometimes in the morning, a 10 to 15 minute stretch. But that's ideal is to get all those things done and then go back upstairs. The chances that Sydney being so sweet, but all knees and elbows kept me up from 4 o'clock on and be is up doing things. And Jen's usually pretty good about dealing with her. Whatever. They're just kind of Jen gets ready and Sydney's playing with stuff, but sometimes she needs more than that, and Jen has to leave for work. So, and it's to be totally honest, it's less often is it actual does it impede on my setup? It's just she's there and it's already set the whole thing wrong, and I'm more tired than I meant to be. Than and it's so hard to get my head back around. Okay, I'm gonna go do these things, these self-care things to start my morning when there's a kid running around here now anyway, and it just is that is the biggest. One of the biggest challenges for me right now is I know I have a way that I can set my day off for success. I can do these things, and I know that makes me feel good. And then when that starts getting fucked with right away, it really has the risk of spiraling far the other way, So that's my whole thing right now is don't try to hold on to that, try to be okay when that doesn't happen,
I mean, I can understand because we have the cats and sometimes they want to be.
Yeah. Say more about how it's the same. Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, it is hard. I mean, I don't have anything to say except that.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what, you know.
You have to enjoy that time while you have it. It won't be there forever.
Yeah, I know. And that's like, I really do think about that. Like, and everyone has their own hard. First of all, I'm not trying to say that anything's harder than anything else. I'm aware of the major swing from what, like, I know makes me feel good to then not having it to swinging, like, to the other side of being upset in the morning. And that's, like, my biggest, I don't know, challenge these days. It's something I talk about in therapy a lot, is like, and this is not a new thought. It's just, like, so hard for me to really get my mind around, which is like, it is not about the things that happen to you. It is about how you react to the things that happen to you.
Yeah.
All of, because you can't change those. Like, the whole point is, how do you react to the things? And I got to be honest, I spend a lot of time still. It's very sneaky and sometimes embarrassingly obvious ways. Like, I spend a lot of time being upset about the things that happen to me instead of like realizing, like, all right, this is the time that I'm supposed to work on this moment, not the moment before they got ruined that now I'm upset about and pouting about, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my morning.
I recently heard a quote from one of the prime ministers of England. I can't remember his name. Before Margaret Thatcher, I think. But someone once asked him what the hardest thing about being prime minister was, and he said events. It's like same thing about life, I think. Like life just comes at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Well, what else have you? What have you been encountering this week, culture wise? You like that transition?
Seamless
Thank you.
transition. Yeah. Well, you were talking about I want to balance out for musical theater, but before we do that, this is off the cuff. I didn't even put in the outline, but when we saw this movie just now, one of the trailers was for Kiss of the Spider Woman, and I don't know that I didn't know that was a show within a show. Like, is that like? I knew a few songs from that. Not a show within a show, like, but it's a prison make believe story. Is how that like? I guess give me without spoiling. Like, what is? Because I was surprised by the premise of what was happening up there.
Yeah. Well, famous book turned into famous movie, turned into famous Broadway musical, and now famous movie of, well, hopefully we'll see famous movie of the Broadway. It might be a flop, but I mean, the story takes place in a prison. In a Spanish-speaking country. I'm not sure if they get specific. The movie might. No, I'm not. I don't know the answer to that. I think the story itself is sort of vague, but I could be wrong. But like at a time of like revolution, and so one of the characters lives in his head.
I mean, it's Man of La Mancha. It's a different. It's.
There's similarities. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I guess there's not putting it on for the whole like an entire like prison audience or whatever, but it's like
it's a revolutionary gets put in a cell with a gay guy who's actually like dresses up like a woman, and I think that the new movie is going to lean into that more than like the Broadway musical did, I think. But he's obsessed with the movies, and he helps himself deal with the fact that he's in prison by going to Imagination Land in his head. And so I think the movie specifically is going to only, from what I understand and what I've read, all the musical numbers are only going to exist in his head or maybe other people's heads at some point. But in the show itself on Broadway, there were numbers that were sung to each other in the prison cell, like in a regular musical.
Diegetic.
That's when like music is on a radio.
Yeah, the music is organic. So
I don't think
that. I guess
not that.
Okay.
No, it's like a book song, like a book song in the musical.
Yeah.
This has really turned into a study on musical theater. Sorry, some of the audience will like this. Others may not.
Well, I honestly like that's one of the. It's so funny. That's what a spot in like my musical theater history. It's like a blind spot because I know some of the songs, but I just like I thought it was if you had asked, I would have said it was very Sunset Boulevard-y. There's like a family, like a woman, like a movie star woman, and there's some I don't know that I didn't know about a prison. I would have been nowhere near the correct story of this.
There's a movie star woman, but that's about
that's the only similarity to it.
J-Lo is probably going to get a supporting actress nomination.
I mean, she looked pretty good in that trailer.
She did look good in the trailer. I agree.
All right, but now we got to talk about football for a second.
Yeah.
That was too much. No, man, I'm having it's a weird spot for me because Alabama football is like maybe going to be good again this year, and it was really easy for me to stop caring as much when they weren't as good because I'm kind of like Alabama football is like Alabama, the University of Alabama, Alabama the state is like. Well, the school at least. Some of the state is already its own thing, but like it's really tiptoeing towards like real Mel Gibson territory for me, which is like there's a big part of my identity at some point that has like been tied to liking this or connecting with it somehow. And like people used to always tell me that I look like a young Mel Gibson, and I loved that when he was People's Sexiest Man Alive and was like not a shitbag. And like he's got too many problems. Now he's like too problematic to ignore. He's like not he is going to deny the Holocaust, and he's going to be insanely misogynistic, and he's going to be abusive, and like that. There's just too much to ignore there. And Alabama football is like moving that way, man. They last spring, the University of Alabama, Donald Trump just tweeted that he was going to be at the commencement, and there like wasn't a way to make that happen in time. But instead of saying that because he just said that, like there was no conversation with the university. He just like Four Seasons landscaping, just like Four Seasons, whatever. He just tweeted it, and they added a ceremony like the next day. They added a pre-commencement presidential day, whatever thing. Like they made up a whole thing for the seniors to attend so that Donald Trump had somewhere to speak. And like that's so annoying to me. And Nick Saban, the coach who I admire and love and was so happy to have at Alabama for so long, like sat down with Donald Trump and endorsed, like there's just like too much going on in that direction. I understand that Alabama is a very red state, but also like this is it's a higher learning institution. Like he hates higher learning. I don't know how you can conflate that, how you can reconcile those things. And also, the new coach is in his second year and lost to Vanderbilt last year, which is like just a thing you cannot do and be taken seriously. Vanderbilt cranks out a lot of very impressive people and professionals, and football is just not one of their strengths. And they're just historically not good. They're doing pretty well right now, to be honest. They're kind of fun to watch, but they're just like that's not a team you can lose to and be the University of Alabama. And so kind of all that combination of things was like, all right, well, good. I can kind of have my Saturdays back. I like the Eagles fly. We've got family in Philadelphia. There's a lot of former Alabama players that play for the Eagles now, so I was happy to kind of like lean into the professional side of things. And then last night, Alabama beat Georgia in a big, fun, very close, kind of crazy game. And Georgia, I don't know what they were ranked right now, but high. They're a top championship contender, and Alabama beat them. And I'll be fully honest. I will be honest and say it is harder to stand by my moral issues with them when they're fun to watch. It's like back around to like, man, I want to kind of be like cut and clean of it and be like, you know what, like fine, you guys. But now it's like, I get excited to watch them again. And the guys that are there aren't the ones that did the, they didn't like, they're not the ones who did the thing. Like, I don't know.
Plus the CTE of it all, like.
I know. It's like,
are we
just
supposed to be watching it all, to be honest?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Are we not supposed to be? Are we supposed to be?
I don't know. I mean, Nick Bossa.
On the other side of that, you got Jason Kelsey. You got both Kelseys that seem like pretty good guys.
And Landon Dickerson.
And Roll Tide, Alabama. And Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Eagles. He recently, I don't think we've talked about this on here yet, he turned down a big old paycheck from like a development company. I'm going to get the part. This is very no homo information right here. Like the details of this are going to be wrong, but like a real estate company, a development company in Philly offered him millions of dollars, and he turned it down because they're like a known gentrifier of what they do is they go in and they gentrify these areas of Philly, and he was like, no, I'm not going to take your money. And so he's got an all-female staff, like his agency is all-female, and he's like crushing it. Nick Sirianni, the coach, is a good guy. Anyway, I like the Eagles.
Love.
You a fan?
Yeah. Well, we should keep exploring that. We talked about talking about CTE at some point, and maybe we should. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like the biggest football fan in the world, and when I do watch, it's more for the eye candy. But I understand and appreciate the joy of watching, and I understand the fact that it brings families together and community together to watch, and I think that's a good thing. And
to be honest, that's one of the sticking points for me too, is because last week we were talking about my dad, and for a long time, like one of the things we had was like football, sports, and he's pretty in, and I don't really keep up. I don't have the bandwidth or the brain that works that way to keep up with like all of the stats and all the things going on, but I like being a fan of sports, and it gave us something to the men in my family can all talk about sports. My dad and I could talk about sports, even when things were like like post-election last Christmas season, like that's kind of we agreed to be like, well, let's just talk sports. Like, let's just not do the rest. We want to have Christmas. We want to be able to be cool. And he agreed. Like we just kind of like kept it at that, and we would watch football. Because there were the bowl games, the kind of championship time was happening around then. And yeah, you're right. There's like a lot of problems around it. There's a lot. I don't know. Like, and then I lose like, well, I lose the thing that I can talk to my dad about. Also, like, I don't know how great I feel about there being like a surface level thing that we can talk about when there's so much non-surface level stuff to talk about,
Well, has there been any, because you got pretty vulnerable last week.
Nice, man.
Was there any fallout from it or anything happened after you felt after?
Well, let me start by saying I feel very seen and appreciated that you finally got that right. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I can tell that you worked on it, and it feels good to hear you say vulnerabros correctly.
Oh, I got it right?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you weren't even sure it well. Then I feel
I'm sorry.
extra good. Yeah, no, you nailed it that time.
Oh, good.
And the truth is, though, no, like we haven't talked. I talked to my mom some. My mom. Well, my mom saw the post that I put up, the reel that I put up on Instagram. I don't even know if she listens to the pod at all. Mm-hmm. And I if she tried and did not make it past gooning, I kind of understand. That's okay. Mom, no harm, no foul. But the truth is no, and I don't know, man. Like I think that I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't want to talk to him because we don't have a good, like, this is not a thing we have established because our family didn't talk about stuff. And so it's hard now. I feel kind of hypocritical to be here doing all of this and not talking to my own father, who I disagree with vehemently about a lot of things. And also, I just have an entire lifetime of history that tells me it's not going to go well. And so I don't really know. I don't know. It's like I go back and forth all the time on am I doing the smart thing by like trying to not get overly attached to something that I have plenty of reason to believe will not go well, or am I like cheating myself out of all of the emotions involved in that, the hope that it gets better and also the fall that comes with it if it doesn't. I don't know. I go back and forth all the time on like, is the healthier, what's the, I don't know. I think I spent a long time trying to be like, oh, I'm learning to be a stoic, and I'm learning to understand that I can separate myself from these things and not get emotionally, and like my emotions don't take over. But then that ends up on the other side of like, I feel like with enough mindful work, I end up right back where a lot of men are, which is like, we're not going to feel feelings. We're not going to, we're going to stay right here so we can stay strong and we can stay whatever goal oriented, but we're not going to feel the feelings. And I don't know. I think that, well, I know for a fact that my therapist would say, no, the stronger and more fulfilling journey through life is to feel all of them. And feeling them lets them like exist, and then they can move on and they don't stay like squeezed over in a corner all the time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. How do you deal with moving through your emotions? How do you do you have a history? I don't know. Like, I feel like you're pretty good about it, but I don't know where you come from with it. Where you?
No, I mean, yes, no. I mean, I feel like I talked a little bit about this last week. We have similar like family stuff in that like we didn't talk about everything as a family. But also like my parents still, I said this last week, they tried and they succeeded at a lot of things. So this isn't at all like, this isn't that. And it's just, like, talking about really hard things is not easy in my family, I think. But when it has happened, when I've had to like push through it and make it happen on my end, my family has done a good job of showing up for me in those moments. And then, so I don't know, but it like, I don't know. I compartmentalize, I think, in a way that's not healthy. When I first came out to myself and I moved to New York and went to college and I was out. I told people I was out, but I still compartmentalized sex. And so at the time there was like AOL chat rooms, and I would like just meet guys on AOL chat rooms and hook up. And so like, I think because there was still shame maybe around being gay. So like my friends knew I was gay, but there was only like one guy in college that I had any sort of something with that people knew about. Otherwise it was all just like something I did in secret. So yeah, I don't know. And like, I think for me, emotion wise, I hold anger in. I try to like, I like things to be peaceful. I don't like confrontation. And so I hold anger in to a fault, and I let things brew. And then when they come out in a way that is sometimes irreparable. So trying to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like, I don't know. We've talked about it with like professionally before too. Like, you know, I felt like when I was an actor, I had kind of like evolved to a place. Oh, this is how I thought about it. I had evolved to a place where I could audition and I could know that I wanted this job if it was like a cool job, if it was something that I wanted to do. But I'm not going to get attached. And then if I do or don't book it, if I do book it, great. I'm going to do the work, and then I'm going to step back and I'm not going to be attached anymore. And that is because that is a safety mechanism, because if I get my hopes up, then it hurts to either not get the role or to get cut out of something or whatever it is, you know, like there's that pain. For a long time I thought like, oh, as a professional, since this is what I do, I need to separate my emotions from the yes or no of the job. Yeah. And I think that bleeds over into my real life too, about like, it's okay, let me separate let me not hope, let me not get excited about a thing, because I just like, it feels more mature to expect that it might go wrong and then be okay with that if it does. And then, you know, like I am learning slowly, and as I might to not admit this, like it's messy. It's all messy. The better living is going to be messy. It's compartmentalizing. I mean, I am a professional compartmentalizer, and like I'm learning more and more that you got to let that open, or for me, I got to let that open, and like it's messy and it feels weird and it's hard to deal with. It's hard to define, and it's hard to get through some of these things. But also, like, I don't have. There's no doctor that has said this, but my cortisol levels feel like they're high all the time, and like I could feel myself get stressed, and it's like I think that comes from like trying to box so many things up and keep it in such a neat order.
TM, I'm telling you, I know I've been telling you for a long time. Yeah. I just listened to a podcast about it this week, actually. That about how, and I had forgotten this stat. I remember I learned it when I got trained. TM scientifically is proven to lower cortisol in the body. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. Should we? Speaking of cortisol, should we talk about one battle after another?
Do you want to do? Speaking of cortisol,
who would you fight? Yeah. Sorry. Should I sing us in? Yeah.
Yeah. What should I sing us in? What are you doing, boy? The Sunday matinee is a weird show.
Who would you fight? Who would you fight? Pow pow.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a trail off.
Yeah, I like it.
I want to fight roller coasters. You know what? I have never liked them. As a child, I didn't like them. As an adult, I don't like them. I think roller coasters are stupid. I do. I think I have a lot of, my feed gives me a lot of roller coasters that have malfunctioned. And so I've been seeing a lot of death on roller coasters coming through my way. And I think it's time we pull the plug. They're not safe. They're not smart. I've never enjoyed doing them, and I don't like them, and I want to fight them.
I have to say that in our outline under Who Would You Fight, it just says Tom : roller coasters. And I've been so excited to learn what fills that in. What else goes with that? No, it's just straight up roller coasters. You're just fighting roller coasters.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, like the people who ran this one, or the names of this one, or something that was more like just fucking roller coasters.
All roller coasters. I've been on, Naquan likes roller coasters, and I've been on a crusade to change his mind. And so I send him these videos that I see on my feed. I think it's worked.
Why can't you? Why do you feel good about that? Why can't you just not like them? Why can't you not like them?
Because I love him and I want him to live. Like, I don't trust them. That's why. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to save his life.
I want to find out because I love roller coasters, and Caleb wants to love roller coasters and gets pretty, like, he's done a couple of like kid ones, you know, and it's like tough for
Okay,
him.
good. I'm gonna send you. There's a father-son one out there that's pretty.
Okay, good. I'll send you a fucking car crash, dude. I'll send you a fucking plane crash. Do you want to just watch videos of people dying doing regular shit? Like, it happens.
I'm just trying to save your life.
Let's look statistically. Okay, next week we're gonna do some research, a no homo amount of research on statistical death probability, roller coasters, and then some other normal shit, and we'll see where it falls. We'll see, and if it's more probable than riding in a car, then we'll talk.
Okay. Who are you fighting this week?
Well, I just, this is a brand new and fresh, hot off the presses coming from the movies right now. I want to fight, and I'm not exactly sure who to pinpoint here, but whoever's decision it is that we need to get paper straws at the movie theater. But then also, when you get a bag of candy, each individual candy inside the bag of candy is wrapped in more plastic. So it's like an exponentially more amount of plastic waste in this bag of chocolate, and then I have to like eat I have to have like mealy, like, makes my teeth itch. I hate paper straws. They like it makes my I don't know how else to say it other than it makes my teeth itch. Yeah, and I hate them so much.
I mean, I guess maybe there's the fear that the chocolate will all melt together.
I mean, what they do for years, it's been a thing. Like, and okay, so this was a Kit Kat, so yes, it's like a chocolate outside, but they used to do the little bites that were like, I don't know, it worked. It was, you know.
It was a lot of plastic for sure.
It was a pile. It was an embarrassing pile of plastic.
Yeah.
And a little limp ass paper straw. Like, what a. That's who I want to fight. Anyway, yes. Do you want to talk?
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
One battle after another. A great American movie. I mean, you have to go see it. It was so fucking good. What did we just see? Yeah,
I don't know. An epic American tale.
Yeah.
It is so. I mean, let's just talk about it, right? So this is spoilers asunder because we're going to talk about it now.
Okay.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know, like, it starts. I don't know really I don't know who we're watching really in a way that I like. Like, Leo comes in, he's like really kind of the only white guy in this little thing that happens. It feels like he's kind of an outsider. I felt like he was like maybe like a vendor. Like he was coming in to be like, hey, you guys are doing a raid. I got some bombs. You want to use some bombs? And so that they set that up. He's kind of his own thing, but then they clearly have a connection, right? You know, right away. And that Sean Penn character, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
What a fun. Sean Penn is great.
The performances were great across the board.
Yeah, across the board. It's fun too because look, I'll be honest, and to kind of harken back, my dad's the what is in your craw when you get a thing? We did this.
Show us your craw.
What is
stuck in your craw?
Stuck in your craw. What's stuck in his craw is Antifa.
Yeah.
Right. And then this is like a freedom revolutionary terrorist cell kind of thing.
Is this a thing? Is that out there?
I don't know because I was like, fuck, man. Like this is I like what we're doing so far. Also, like, we're gonna watch this domestic terrorism cell, which is doing stuff like freeing people from migration camps, immigration holding cells, like horrible, so like not the worst things to be doing, also not legal. So it's like, and they start blowing stuff up and they're doing, other like revolutionary kind of stuff. But then I don't know. I was sitting there going like, I don't know about banks and buildings being blown up with this kind of regularity, with this kind of messaging. So I think maybe that's not happening. I don't know, but to some degree, maybe it is. And then we get into like,
I think we would know, or I don't know.
Seems like we would know, right?
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if some of these people, like the argument would be like, no, the media doesn't want you to know. Not that I believe that, but I'm saying like this is like, that's some of that's going to come in there.
I just often worry like the left doesn't have guns or like have the wherewithal to do all this.
That's because that's the ones that like I love that in the what does he call it? Like a fucking liberal, like Leo, like a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Call somebody a liberal something or other at some point.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But there's also that like it like really does all of the it's such a grounded, real story. Yeah. But in the boogeyman on both sides, like what we're watching is the white supremacy, the top tier of deep state white supremacy, and like deep rooted revolutionaries, and like, I mean, what did Benicio del Toro call it? The Latina Harriet Tubman. Like, and like kind of like that the movement of immigrants through, like it was all, and it was done so raw and like grounded and realistically that it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe all of these things exist. Maybe some version of them do. I don't know.
I also walked away thinking like, we still fucking have the culture. We still have the culture.
Yeah.
And that felt good. Like that movie is definitely on. I mean, it's clear who the good guys are in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fucking ride. First of all, it like grabs you by the seat of your pants and doesn't let go. It's long. It feels like multiple movies in one, and it keeps kind of changing what kind of a movie it is in the best possible way. And it's funny as fuck too.
It's so funny. It's crazy to get into it and then start laughing and be like, I think it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's PTA, right?
Paul Thomas Anderson. Yep.
So it's like kind of kooky, but it's like a raw action movie, but in a kooky Paul Thomas Anderson kind of way.
With
Very cool.
With its finger on the immediate pulse of our current moment. Yeah. It's something to be not to be missed. I can't believe I've already talked about how fucking good I think Sinners is. I told you today we just rewatched it. It's on HBO Max now. And the rewatch, I loved Sinners the first time, and I loved it even more the second time, and I can't wait to watch it again. And now I'm not sure. I mean, both of these movies will be nominated for Best Picture, and I'm just like, this is. I feel excited about movies this year suddenly.
Finish your whole statement. I think that it's worth the No Homo audience to say what you said. You can't believe that this and Sinners and then also...
And Wicked Part 2, if it's as good as Part 1. That's a great year for
One,
movies.
yeah.
Also anti-fascist coded, I want to point out.
Yeah, for sure.
Very anti-fascist coded. Like we still have the culture.
Yeah.
And that's something, because that is something. That's where ideas start. That's where hearts are changed. I'm excited about movies this year.
Yeah. That's the first time I've been to the movie in a long time, and it was a good one. Like, because I understand where comic book movies have their place, and I understand where where big those kind of epic actions have their place, and they need to be seen in the theater. I think the last movie I saw in the theater might have been Maverick, which needed to be seen in the theater.
Yeah.
And this is one that like it's done on a very personal scale. You're in these people's faces. It's not so big and epic, but the scope of the story is huge, and the action scenes and the things are huge. And I think is worth. And we were talking about some of the times that like it is taking you on a ride for real. Like it is. I think it's worth seeing on the big screen.
I do too. Yeah. Highly recommended. It was a fun little bro date.
It was. I'm glad we got a bro date in. It was nice.
Me too. Even though we didn't barely talk because we were in a movie.
Yeah, but that feels nice, right?
Yeah, totally.
I even I checked my phone like once or twice. I was like, I'm not gonna do no phones.
Yeah, I did too. It's a shame. All right. Well, shall I read us out this week?
Yeah, please read us out.
All right. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to No Homo with Jonathan and Tom on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Graphics and music by Matt Ladner, and a cordial thanks to Jen Dorenbosch and Naquan Williams. The opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the hosts and are intended for entertainment purposes only.
Life is messy. It's okay to make mistakes.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Nice work. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
No homo.